What is up, beautiful people? We are excited to announce that we now have merchandise on our website. Coffee mugs, pint glasses, t-shirts, and more. Head to our profile, hit the link, and show us some love. Let's go!
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
I challenge everybody that listens to this to get out of your shell and go do something new and fun.
Happy to be here.
Like they just slow motion.
Do you see Zach trying to pretend like he doesn't watch cake sitting videos?
Happy to be here.
There to exorcise the demons.
So your swan man is
Our swan delivery man that brought us bomb pops and chicken nuggets is there to perform an exorcism.
This needs to be made into a short
You
film.
couldn't make this shit up.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
You're a doer.
He's a doer, man.
I'd love it if we hung out more. Really would love to hang out more.
That boy does.
That's the thing I like to say too. When you become an adult, it's just not possible.
Well, that's awesome.
Adults?
Because the theme of today's podcast, Squadcast, is making friends as an adult.
As a whole grown up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that it just seems there's a shift at some point in our lives. Something changed, okay?
Yep.
When you were a kid and you used to go to somebody's house and you used to knock on their door and you said, "Can Mike come play? Can Mike come out? You know, we're just kicking the ball or we're just shooting hoops. Can
Mike's
Cody
grounded.
come play?" You know, yeah, Mike's grounded, or it would be like, "Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, man, I want to play. Okay,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, let's do it, right?" And it used to be this like excitement. You need to go play. You're gonna go have fun. And now, as an adult, something changed. I don't know if it was 21, 20, 17, 25. I don't know when it changed
I don't know.
to when all of a sudden it became like you make a plan to do something and then the day that you have to do the thing you want to cancel.
Yeah. Well, that's social anxiety a little bit, I think.
That's what you're dealing with?
But
I'm just saying that's a thing that I think a lot of people deal with, just in a low or a high level. And obviously to some degrees we force ourselves to just be like, dude, I just stop, just get out and do it.
I have a little hesitation every time, just about everything.
it's so hard to give up your comforts and do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like switch it up. But I'm noticing it more than ever. My daughter, she's 7, and every new person she meets and hangs out with for a little bit, every person she sees on the playground or anything, Dad, I think we're going to be friends. I think me and this girl are going to be friends. I think me and this, I'll see them again. We're going to be friends. And every time I meet a new person, I'm like, I'm probably not going to be friends with that person. You know, I got friends, and I don't know if I need more friends.
So what is it about, what has changed in your guys' opinion? Like
time.
Like
The amount of time I have to spend with people.
Yeah.
I have to pick certain people that, you know.
I'd say just like
Okay.
like how much you can put in or I can put into something.
So energy.
Time. Energy.
Yeah, energy. Yeah.
So you only have so much energy for the day, and if you're asking me to hang out, that's some energy you're
And
asking me to tap into my energy.
And I'm thinking back to as a kid, and I'm full of energy. I could play for 4 hours with you and then have energy to go play 4 hours.
And you didn't have a job, like, really, right? Like you were just
Nothing taking you away. Yeah.
I mean, you had to go to school. You still had to kind of do stuff for
You're
8
still
hours.
kind of hanging with your friends at school. Like,
I still hated it. I guess I did like it. There was,
School?
Yeah, it was
There's
definitely
parts
something.
to like.
They had to force me to do it. I was like, I think the elementary school was pretty chill.
yeah.
And then it starts to get weird a little bit after that. But maybe that's it. Maybe when we were kids, also we weren't thinking like, do I look cool? Are people going to judge me? Are people, or am I going to do something stupid? Like you just weren't, were you just like, what? We're playing. Like, let's kick it. Like you weren't even thinking.
Yeah.
You didn't you hadn't already had all these built up things where you're questioning yourself.
I remember like knocking on the homie's door and like, yeah, your shoes are busted and turned over and your shorts got holes in them.
Doesn't matter.
But like you got a ball under your arm and you're just like, come get this
Let's
ass
go.
whooping,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
it's raining.
And he's
Let's go.
not even really your homie. You just know him from playing one-on-one at the park, and y'all really don't do anything else.
So
but
good point. Back then, everybody was your homie.
Yeah.
Everybody, you're like,
You'd
oh,
be like,
I know this guy today.
Like,
he's my homie.
He's not top tier homie, but like we kick it. Like I know the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you'd knock on his door and he'd come out. You want to play? Oh yeah, that's all y'all ever
You're
did.
right,
Yeah.
because you had top tier homies too. When you would be like, dude, can fucking Sean stay the night, dude?
Yeah.
We're gonna
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
we're gonna
And
stay up and
sleepovers and
play the
shit.
new fucking
yeah, play a whole video game in a night, and watch a bunch of horror
Sneak
movies
out.
or whatever.
Remember, you could
Yeah.
sneak out of your house or their house. Whose house could you sneak out of better?
Yeah.
Or remember the mom you wouldn't let you stay at their house because their house was ghetto, and you didn't really know what that even meant. But mom knew somehow that she didn't want you sleeping there.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
that's
so true. I remember
But
like
he could sleep at your house.
I remember the parents. Like it was like
Yeah.
my mom was like, oh, I need to talk to their parent. But
Mom's like, they don't keep the firearms locked up. I'm not gonna have you
well, it's
going
crazy.
over.
It's
Yeah,
like
I see. I'm
this
not
is the
thinking
thing.
that.
This is where we're at. Our brains are where our parents' brains were. So because our parents had to worry about shit, we didn't understand the worry that our parents had when they were like letting us go to someone's house
Yeah.
where they just hope that you're not going to get in any trouble or nothing's going to happen to you. Like now that I am a parent, it's just like trippy to think about just how much responsibility you're giving somebody else.
Yeah.
So
it's
so
crazy.
when you're a kid, you're just so ignorant to everything in life.
Yeah.
That all you're just like vibes. That's all I know is vibes.
Yeah. You go to cross the street, there's a car coming, and someone pulls you out of the way, and you're dancing to the other side.
Oh my God.
Like I didn't, like you know what I mean. You're not even thinking you almost just got killed.
No.
Like
If you're a kid, you don't think you can die.
yeah, you're going down the hill, and there's a car coming. You kind of turn with it and go the same way as them. You're just like, nope, that wasn't a close call.
Not at all.
But all the adults are like, you just almost died.
I'm
Bro,
showing
I
my kid what
remember-
a watermelon looked like getting hit by a car. I'm gonna be like,
I was
Good
fucking
point.
like
I didn't
8
think
or
of that.
9 years old, and I was walking down the street with my sister. We were walking somewhere, and I had a bouncy ball, and I was bouncing it on the sidewalk, and it hit weird, and it bounced out into the road. And without thinking, I reached for it, and my head was like over the curb, and a truck had to stop and like slam on her brakes, and like this lady yelled at me for a good minute about staying the fuck out of the road, and I was just like, she literally ran over the bouncy ball, and it exploded into a million pieces.
so you
Like,
really were like,
that could have been my head. Like I saw the bouncy ball just fucking
Yeah.
poof.
wow. Yeah.
And she just like lectured me for a hot minute, and my sisters were laughing their ass off, and like, bro, you just like, it was crazy. So yeah,
Yo,
since then, bro, that was the watermelon moment for me.
Well, you said something about what we were talking about where you said, I don't need any new friends. Elaborate on that a little bit.
I just think like it's kind of a natural progression through life. Like you talk about how we didn't have to worry about any of this shit as kids. Like I remember back when I had school and had responsibilities, but I was still at an age like you were talking about elementary. Like you still got recess, bro. You got this break where you just run out and get the energy out. Then slowly but surely the recess disappears. You know what I'm saying? Now you might still have PE or some shit where you're running around, but you don't have that like free time. And it's like, oh, you want free time? You could take an art class or a pottery class, but you're still in a class at school. You know what I'm saying? Like they slowly but surely take all these little like moments away from you to prepare you for the real world, where like you have so much time to just meet new people and make new friends. And then as you get older, you have all these responsibilities and like your family and your job and all this stuff. And so you only have a certain amount of hours in a week to dedicate to people. I think honestly, like to get to the root of it where I'm at now, one of my biggest fears is like pleasing people and disappointing people and making sure I'm like trying to do what I can to make sure my people are good.
Yeah.
And if I start hanging out with a new person now and I'm like, yo, I want to kick it with you, and we kick it with it one time, or we kick it one time, and then I never hit you up again because I don't have time to incorporate like a new person consistently into my schedule. I'm just like, man, I hit you up and then just like completely deaded that relationship again. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to get into something new that I find out like, yo, this is a lot to commit to just having a beer with you once a week.
Well, I mean, 'cause
It
it is like there's levels, right? To friendship, like we're talking about. I feel like there's levels. You have grab a beer homies. You have a come over and smoke homies,
Yeah.
and then you got like, let's do some psychedelics homies.
True.
And those can all kind of be the same person, or they can be like kind of different levels, just depending.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I noticed with like to chime in on what you're saying, Mike, is it's like sometimes you can meet somebody and you can you kick it and like you have a one-off good situation with them. And this has happened on the road lots of times where you just have to call it for what it is right at the moment. And it's really fucking therapeutic for both people. No, you just like, hey, you're my for instance, my neighbor was outside sitting in his lawn. Just happened yesterday. He was outside sitting in a lawn chair in his driveway drinking a beer. I looked out the window and I said, I know what I need to do. So I grabbed my lawn chair and I walk over and prop it right next to him. He didn't hit me up. He didn't say nothing. I sit right next to him. He reaches in his cooler and just hands me a beer. No words were exchanged. Easy. And that's about our relationship. But when he's not out there, I don't even have the man's number.
So do you guys chop it up?
Yeah, all the time about everything. But we don't follow each other on nothing. And he's out there and I'm out there. And we don't have each other's number. But see, what I'm trying to say is...
Good point.
What I'm trying to say is sometimes if you chime right in to the relationship right as it is, it's therapeutic for both people because they're just like... Both people are thinking they can maybe take it further. And you're just like, this ain't going no further. Sometimes it does. For instance, on a road trip, it's the best thing to do on a road trip. You meet somebody, you're chilling, and like you got to kind of put yourself out there, and then you'll meet like a best friend for the day.
You have a little best friend one night
stand? It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And at the end of the night, 100% now, me and Maria.
Cheating on us, bro?
No, this is what I'll say. I'll be like, listen, you know we're never gonna see each other again, right? This is it, and that's all good. This is it, and that's all good. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Like you're over there, I'm over here. We just hit each other on our way to wherever
ships
we're going.
passing in the night,
and
I can see them being like, I got social media. Cody's like, shh.
Well, no, but see, the thing is if it happens, it happens.
To do all that.
Sometimes you guys exchange. You will exchange that. And that's the last thing we're like, all right. But at the same time, like you try to dodge that even because it's just, I don't know. There's something about it because if you're going through life trying to like meet somebody and then uplift them and move on, like all of us are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be that like glass half empty or glass half full type guy.
Yeah.
Like that is actually the way to move. It's like, yo, I'm never gonna see you again. I don't need nothing from you.
You're so impactful in that because it's like just if you move like that, you're impactful because you made such a huge impact on somebody in such a short amount of time that you just left them feeling like,
and it costs them nothing, you nothing, and it makes you feel good, and they feel good.
They didn't see no flaws. They were just like, this dude's
talk about a win-win-win-win.
Stand-up guy that I only knew.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like you get to really be something, and then you never fucking notch down this.
No, they're just like,
bro, it is lovely.
That is so awesome.
And
dude.
we've met families that way. This dude was traveling, and it was all of that.
Bro, kids will help you meet new friends that you didn't even know you were gonna meet. Like,
good point.
We lived across the street from our neighbors fucking 10 plus years in the spot that we've been living in. Never knew neighbors at all. And then all of a sudden, my daughter's playing outside one day, and like the dude across the street, his grandson is playing outside, and they start playing, and now I know the granddad that lives across the street. Cool ass dude named Walt. Dope motherfucker that I never took a time or took a chance to even say hi to in a decade.
It's
and
crazy.
Like kids, because they're so friendly to a point, you know, stranger danger and everything. But with other kids and stuff, especially, you end up in situations as a parent where you're like, yeah, we'll maybe hit you up or like, you know, whatever. And maybe you do, maybe you don't. But it's kind of like you say, we're not
it's
exchanging
100%
info.
through kids, actually. Now that I think about it, it's all through kids. All these meetings that I'm talking about on the road are because a kid met, and then the kids are playing and everybody's cool and the two dads are talking. And that's when I'm hitting this dude with that.
Exactly.
So and you know, your neighbor too. It's like, I would have never known you.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as like outside of those type of interactions, like we're talking about where you live, having friends, right? Like in your experience, like what is it like? Like, do you have like a no new friends kind of mentality like Mike, or how do you feel about
I have
it?
a complete open door for friends, and I'll take them at any cost because I feel like, you know, a dude needs some friends.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, I just try to keep it like really little by little. You know what I mean? I meet and I'm like, hey, both of us could exit. We both live in Spokane. We may or may not see each other again, and we don't have to. Same thing, you know, as ever. But you kind of leave the door open.
So are you?
We should go get a beer one day.
So do you? Are you like a like if you see something in somebody where you're like, oh, this person's cool, like will you make the extra effort to try to do it, or do you kind of just like see what happens?
Well, I'm to be honest with you, I'm more of an opportunity person, and I have to be honest with myself and everybody. Is that like if I meet somebody and there's opportunity and I think they're cool and we could be friends, then I lean more toward to try to be that dude's homie.
So there is kind of a part of you that's maybe like no new friends in the sense of like,
unless there's growth involved.
I'm not trying to make like just people to kick it with.
Yeah, and this is why I can't just walk up to a dude on the corner who's like asking for change and being like, hey, what's your name, bro? Because I just don't think he can offer me nothing. He probably could. But I mean, the amount of time it's going to take to get to it, and I feel like I'm going to be doing nothing but putting in.
No, you have already figured out how to work in this world, and that's just we're just here, dude. We don't get to choose the climate. Yeah, this is just the way it is.
Exactly.
And like Mike said, there's only so much time.
Yeah.
So that time and that effort, if it's not spent smart, right, then you're burned out. Now you're dealing at home. You and your girl and
sometimes you put like a lot of time into a motherfucker because you have a cool relationship or you like things are going well, and then like shit starts to turn or starts to sour, and you start to reevaluate like, oh, it's like that for you. You learn a little bit more, and then it's like at this point it's kind of like with my wife, we've been together since we were super young, and we're best friends. We know everything about each other. You know what I'm saying? To try to like get a real solid motherfucker in your life, it takes a while. And when you invest time into somebody and find out like too far down the road that like that's kind of wasted time, and you can kind of see the writing on the wall and shit.
So does it start to kind of feel like our younger years were the like seeking and meeting, and now at this point we're just like maintaining and just
I know enough people that I fuck with that I'm just like I'm trying to maintain what I got.
Yeah, I mean I think one of the most important lessons you could
I'm just stretching.
Okay,
sorry.
good.
I'm sorry.
Our Brennon's giving us signals. One of the most important lessons you can give your children, and also like you could just like learn yourself at a younger age, is just to get used to like putting yourself out there to have an opportunity to have a friend. Because if you don't, I feel like if you're not like an outgoing person enough to be like, yo, what's up? We like these two things. This is going to be simple. What's your name? Yeah. If you're not outgoing enough to do that, as you get older, it becomes more recluse and you become to kind of fold into yourself. At least I've seen. And it's like, yeah, that guy was kind of a loner in high school. That guy who was a loner in high school never becomes a butterfly later.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean? And so if you could learn anything, I would say, and if you have children, like I was telling you, Zach, it's like I kind of help him. We go to the park. I'm just like, look at my man's shoes over there.
Yeah.
Don't they light up when he takes every step? Oh, they sure do. Yeah. You better go ask him what kind those are. This is when he was real young.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and Cash is kind of coming over there, and they're just right there, standing next to each other. Mm-hmm. And so you come over and be like, dude, just ask him his name. And I feel like later in life, that'll serve him. If I could teach him anything, just teach him how to like navigate and meet people.
Because I wish I knew more about sales and things, those just that type of stuff, like how like you have to create the opportunity. If you want to meet friends, you have to be open, and you have to reach out. You have to make the effort. You know what I mean? And when people make the effort, that means the world to me. So when you guys make the effort to me, that's like big. When you're like, hey, you want to come over? You want to, have dinner? Like choose, that type of stuff is like that's a big deal to me, because how many people are really reaching out to you, right? And making the effort. Like not a lot of people do that in this. Like we used to do that when we were younger. We were always setting up sleepovers. We were setting up hangs and different things. Just younger, right? And then somehow all that responsibility and all the stuff kind of started to cloud everything. Now, what I am curious in is, where do you guys at with like cutting off people? Do you cut off people? Do you kind of does it just kind of like change the friendship relationship or something? If something becomes something that's maybe like a red flag in, what you're going to allow to be around you, and your family or whatever, like, how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys, cause I mean, obviously we've all come to the point where we had friends, and you're hanging out with a certain friend or a certain group of friends, and now we're not hanging out with them, right? Like, like at some point in time, we had friends that we don't hang out with anymore. Many, right? Outside of these one-offs and stuff like that, like people that we fucked with that maybe they just never hit you up again.
Yeah.
Maybe you had to cut, like, how do you guys feel?
No, I honestly, I personally feel like maybe I let people cut themselves off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm not the person, you know, the communication may break, but the ultimate decision to no longer hang out with someone ends up kind of being their decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never sway.
Because you're always going to be open and just
of course. It's just like, hey, bro, you know, or like.
I love that about you.
And then also like if somebody, I'm also big on like, somebody may be going through something. We were just talking about this outside. Someone may be going through something or have a different intention than me, and they move different and they have different views. And I'm also really good at differentiating what they're doing over there and what I have with them.
Yep.
Like I have a cousin who, you know, he's got beef with a lot of people, you know, but I don't got beef with my cousin. You see what I'm saying? And I've had to tell him and other people a lot of times. It's just like, you know, it's whatever you got with him ain't what me and you got. Because bridges may be burned, but like I got these fucking sky tunnels that make my way to the people who I've connected with, you know. So I try to honestly just let people cut themselves off, and people will, you know, they'll be like, I don't fuck with you no more. And you'll be like, well, you said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have ever said that.
So what about it as far as like keeping people like close to the heart? You know, when you kind of got people that's like, maybe have you had to deal with any type of situations where you had somebody that was really close that maybe you had to, you know, make them not so close? Like,
yeah, absolutely, bro. I've lost best friends, bro. I told you fucking the best man at my wedding when I got married a decade ago. I've been nice with a lot of friends in the past. I've helped people that were on hard times, let people stay with me, people that like stole from me because they were addicted to whatever and had to get their fix, and like all kinds of different situations. I've opened my doors and opened like,
you're a nice fucking guy,
my
man.
generosity.
That's what I fucking love about you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is I've let people get like take advantage but still try to see the good in them and stuff like that.
That's why I love this guy.
I've been in situations like that where it's hurting me to help people, but especially now that I've got a family, but even before that, like when a person specifically gets to the point where the behavior is just like erratic and dangerous to me and people around me, and it's just it's some of it is they're not growing as a person or attempting to change anything that's going on with them. They've stopped, so they do cut themselves off in a way, like Cody was saying, but more like the things that they're doing are in direct conflict with like my safety and security and like the people around me. So it's like at that point I gotta completely just, hey, I got to cut you off, bro. I can't.
You mean like you're kicking it with them and they're fucking bringing a gun, like hanging out, going downtown. You're like, dude, I didn't even know that you were.
Yeah.
And you like acting drunk, and it's just like, I gotta literally, like, my safety's in danger.
Yeah. Like,
I feel that. Like, I'll cut somebody off like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of have this other level, I feel like, where I feel like I can't have any bad energy around me.
Yeah.
You know, like I need whoever is going to be around me to be like 80%, 70%, 80% good vibes, good, or I just fuck off. Like, because honestly, like people, I know the misery loves company and the whole thing. Like I get it. And like, you want to lift people up, but some people are anchoring you down, you know, and it's just, I'm super into psychology, and like, I want to help everybody, just kind of like what you were saying. And after a while you help, you know, people, and, you know, you just have to learn.
You get a little jaded from it
do.
After a while, you know, you get a little like,
but you have to protect your energy.
Yeah.
I just think that's what it is. Like you were saying, like you only have so much energy, and you're super affected by the energy around you. So if you're with people, like, it's just that same shit. If you were hanging out with fucking millionaires every day, you'd be a goddamn millionaire. You know, if you were hanging out with billionaires every day, you'd be a multi-millionaire at least. You know, so it's just like, it's that type of shit where you know, you are who you surround yourself with. So you surround yourself with people who just stay up until 5 a.m. and do blow and are fucking like always bitching about their ex or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like every single time you talk to them, it's like they just unload on you like you're their therapist, and you're just like, whoa,
What am I
dude,
supposed to do with all this?
what am
Like-
and they're constantly doing things to you that you would not even, there's no way you would do any
Yeah.
of that to them, you
Yeah.
know? And so when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's sad because sometimes you're like, oh, people need help, but at the same time, like, I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
All I can say is, yo, man, you need to go, you need to just go seek some help, like, or work this stuff out, take some psychedelics. I don't know what kind of advice I can give you because I'm not really certified to give you any kind of
But at
advice.
this point in my life, I cannot take on
It's
any
not like I
new-
got it all together.
I can't take any burdens or liabilities on for anybody else.
No,
Like,
we got to be, we're
you know what
trying
I'm
to
saying?
build. And like, especially I feel like we get ultra protective of everything that we've built because you know that somebody can come in and just hit a fucking little loose Jenga piece and make your whole shit fall down.
Yeah.
So it's like just
slippery slope, bro.
Yeah, because you let a friend in, they steal from you, or they're fucking doing some weird shit, and your kids in the house, or X, Y, Z. You can name a million different scenarios,
Yeah.
but literally, it's
Bro,
like,
I had a homie. I had a homie that stole from me, like you were talking about. Took my wallet to the gas station to get gas in his car and try to get some cash back so he could go get a fix. And ended up like a week later dropping the wallet off out in front of my house so I could get my license and everything back. But the gas station he got gas at, my other homie's mom worked at, and she let me go look at the security footage. And I saw the motherfucker on the security footage getting gas at the gas pump. And like I hit him up. I'm like, hey, bro. Like, I know that you took from me, and that's fucked up because, like, we're helping you out right now. Like, I know you got this problem, but, like, we got to figure it out. And then, like, a couple days later, the wallet showed up on the sidewalk out in front of my house. And, like, I didn't hear from bro for, like, years.
wow.
So, yeah, shit's crazy.
I mean, and it's like, I feel like if we're really switching our perspectives, we know that we never had any time. Like, all the time we have is so precious because it's like that, oh, I got plenty of time mentality is really, man, like that is the most valuable thing that you can have. And I get it. People are out here, they're bored. Oh, I'm bored. I got too much time. But there's like when you switch your perspective and see how precious and how beautiful life really is and the unlimited opportunities and things that you could really do. Like, some people really do feel like they're in a box, they're in a hole.
Yeah.
It's hard to like life isn't just like, oh yeah, well, if I had $1 million and I could just fly to any country I want and just experience all the beautiful things of life and doing it, because it really does seem like obviously you got to have money to experience the most beautiful things of life. But I feel like that's the thing that should keep everybody driving every single day, is the fact that you can experience the most beautiful things in life
For free.
I mean, you can just do anything that you want to do. If you want to go to Paris, you can go to Paris. It's really not that big of a deal. Yeah. At this point right now, I get it. We're post-COVID. There's shit going
There's a
on.
lot happening.
Hopefully things will settle down a little bit. But, if you wanted to save a little bit of money and do anything you want to do, you want to convert a bus and go around the country, you want to,
Convert to a new religion. Go around the country.
Yeah, you could convert anything and go around the country.
That's true.
And you could
be a
literally-
goddamn transformer.
You could save a little bit of money. It's not that much money, and you could fly to Europe. You could fly to, the Bahamas. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
And so the point,
Costa
the point
Rica.
you're making is you're saying that anything is possible if you just really want to do it.
You just have to. I think there is like a speak it into existence isn't something that's like I speak it into existence because. So if I say it, it's like some type of Harry Potter magic that's gonna start, and now all of a sudden it's
I don't
gonna
think anybody
happen.
believes that it's Harry Potter magic.
But
If
what it
you're doing it
is-
for the wrong reasons.
What it is that when you
God
say
damn.
it,
Get a birthday wish.
it's putting it in the front of your mind, and it's that much more likely that you're going to be able to make it real because it's on your mind, and the things that we care about and the things that we love, we make them happen.
Ooh.
We don't wait. If you want something, you don't wait.
Yeah.
And this kind of ties into with the friends shit. It kind of ties in with like, if you fuck with somebody, you're probably going to kick it with them.
True.
And like, I feel like a lot of us are like, it's hard to not, it's hard to tell people like, I don't fuck with you. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. So people pleasing people like myself just end up trying to be friends with everybody. And then, you know, you let too many people in and that can be a problem. So that's the reason why I wanted to make this kind of the theme, because I was very interested in if you guys had similar experiences, different experiences.
It's tough. It's tough, man, as you get older.
So what about you, Brennon? How do you,
man, I have so many thoughts on this.
please unload on us.
I don't really want to unload on you, but would not be where I am today without the friends that I've made in the last 2 years. And I've probably made over 50 new friends in the past 2 years.
Wow. Okay.
And
guy.
Tell us your secret.
My
please,
guy.
Brennan.
He could write a book.
Are you just a yes man?
How to make 50 new friends in 2 years. Go.
Produce podcasts.
Oh,
Okay, so you're
you cracked the code.
That's seriously, he said 2 words.
But listen, it does. Hey, listen, that's not literally like just a hack, because that doesn't give you the ability to actually make friends. Brennan, I feel like, has the personality, because Brennan has just become our friend.
Everyone on this place. So I'm pointing at a podcast that I've produced, but like Rocks the Roots, Hillary, she's my homegirl. Sacred Flesh, Lee Wick, she is an amazing person, and I hang out with her. I've hung out with her outside of podcasts, like you guys. Adam Pitzler, my best friend. Adam Morrison, yep, talk to him regularly. Like
nice.
Sarah Thorpe with +1. Like I'll meet all these people and I become friends with them, and it's like cool. I think it's why what you saw in me when you met me was like, I think you even said like I put off a good vibe, and like, and I think we don't live long enough to like push people out to take that chance, because I meet just people all the time that like I'm friends with, and I might hang out with them once a year. I have good friends I hang out with once a year, but when I hang out with them that one time a year, like I enjoy it to its fullest. Like I friends with this guy. He was an intern with me at my marketing agency I was with. He's now biking from the tip of Alaska all the way down to Argentina.
God
and
damn.
like
What?
Yeah, like, and so you just meet
What the fuck?
you just meet people. Like
I thought Seattle to Portland was
That's
a
the
big
kind
ride.
of commitment I could get
Like,
into with a friend, a new friend. You could be gone a while.
It's and I make relationships with these, like real relationships with these people. Like I wrote down a question. I'm like, do you have to be best friends or even good friends with everyone you meet? Like, do you have to like, what does it mean to like be a good friend? Like, like I don't consider you guys acquaintances, but like we might hang out once every 3 months.
Yeah.
We'll hang out once a week or twice a week.
No, but
once every
you're
2
talking about
weeks.
outside of podcast.
But like even outside of podcasts, I still make friends, and I mean most of my friends now are people that I podcast with.
But I mean, so there's kind of just like, I know there's obviously a mutual respect of adults that's like, hey, listen, we only have so many hours in a day. We can't hang out with everybody, right? So we all know that. Like, we know that we're not kids that can just run over to each other's doors and knock on them and be like, dude, come on, man. You know?
Yep.
So,
But I will say, like, even that, like, you are like your situations that you're in, like, I put myself into all of my work. Like, that means I'm being friends with you, I'm working with you, and I kind of always have done that, but now I've just like expanded that bubble so much more.
so
because
how do you feel about, like, do you come into situations where you have to cut people off? Have you ever had that type of situation happen to you? And how do you handle it?
Oh, like, I mean, I have friends that I've just cut off, but those are like old relationships. Like anyone that comes in my life now, like it really is like a sliding, I would say sliding doors is not the right term, but like there's people that I'll become friends with, and then I might not ever see them again, but like we're still friends. It's just like I don't cut off stuff, but the vibe thing is real. I won't hang out with people that I put off a bad vibe, or someone that I don't think I can trust. Like if I don't hang out with you or become friends with you, like it's probably because I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty good at sniffing that out, but I haven't been that hasn't been abused yet. Like when you guys talk about, you know, being taken advantage of, like that really hasn't ever happened to me.
That's a lesson I learned the hard way, which helps me now sniff it out
right. Yeah. And so like,
but yeah.
But it has happened to me in like work relationships. Like I make sure to, if I'm going into a relationship
I mean, if it's
with
business,
like I'm
This is
definitely
different.
gonna be checking on you.
That's
That's
where
much
it gets
different.
sticky.
That's
Yeah.
much different. You
Yeah, it's
gotta
much
you gotta
different.
act right if we're doing business, because that's a different. And when
That's
people don't know
not
how
a
to
friendship.
separate the friendship from the business, because really that's the thing that obviously people have been shouting at the rooftops is like, support your friends' businesses, stop asking for handouts and,
And
free
discounts,
cheap
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Spend
because
full price, tip extra.
but I mean, like, if that's my thing is like, if your friend's gonna give you a discount, that's cool. Like, if someone's like, hey man, like, you know, if you're like, hey, I want to pay full price, and they're like, nah, I got you, then you're like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not gonna be like, no, motherfucker, take this money. Like, I don't need to feel like I'm up, you know.
No,
but
that's
at
your
the,
friend.
at the same, but it's like, you should expect. I think that's the thing. You should expect to just pay the full price.
Yeah, you shouldn't be asking up front for a handout.
For no free shit or getting mad or weird
Yeah.
when stuff is So I mean I feel like I am somebody who like hyper analyzes shit sometimes, and you know, I really look at the like the principle is more important to me than like just the action itself, if that makes any sense. So if, you know, sometimes it's just like how somebody moves will make me not want to fuck with them.
Yeah.
So, but this is only because I've been burned so many times, and I know like when you do what I do, especially like a reputation is very, very important to it's very important to me that I uphold my reputation, because I'm a very good person, and that's the reputation I want to uphold. I want to associate myself with motherfuckers that that just doing any kind of fuckery that's negative.
Yeah.
That's just really it off. Is negative in any way, then yeah. So that's what's tough for me. So sometimes when I see how somebody moves, or somebody just, you know, even just drinks too much, and sometimes they just lose it a little bit, or you know what I mean? Like any type of shit like that, I'm just like, if I deem you even just kind of a loose cannon or just
Wild card, baby.
yeah, I can't like
Yeah.
that will get me to
That
like just
chaotic
kinda,
energy. I gotta
even if I kind of fuck with you with
Yeah.
it, but I just can't.
I could maybe fuck with you like in a public place, at a bar, at a show.
If
or
I
something.
run
If I
into
bump into
you,
you, I'm not
thank
gonna
you.
show you hate. I'm, hey, what up? But like not around the house, not in my areas, man. Like,
And
you
now
know.
I'll be honest with you, I'm also kind of hypocritical, because I'll see things that people tweet, and I'll see things that people post on Facebook or post on Instagram. If they want to post some wild shit and they have some different views, you know, listen, I support people having different views, but I don't owe anybody shit. And I feel like if I decide I don't want to fuck with you, then like I can make that decision. So if you believe in some wild shit that is like, I feel like rooted in some oppressive shit or in some fucked up shit, and I can't fuck with you, then I feel like I can make that call. You know, I don't try to like tell other people what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, oh, you know, to the homies, like, oh, you still fuck with that guy, or nothing like that. Like, I just feel like we all respectively can make our own decisions in
who you want to let in.
We should, because your time is very precious, and especially if you have like a wife, girlfriend, kid, those types of things, like you're really thinking outside of just yourself, and you're thinking about what's best for everybody in every situation. So and this is literally does not exclude family members. Like I'm also not like a blood is thicker than water type of person, where it's just
No.
like, oh, if we're just
I
like,
got plenty of family members that don't get anything from me. Bro. They don't hear from me. They don't.
sometimes
we
they
don't
tend to be
interact.
the worst, because you pick your friends.
Yeah.
You
You
hand pick
stuck
them.
with family, bro.
Your family just a roll of the dice.
I wasn't like, that's a big thing with friendship, like creeds, like in their beliefs, like
Yeah.
like I struggle with that, because I really do like trying to have balance, but like when it comes to like people that are racist or people that
There's
are
not
like,
balance there.
Yeah, there's no balance, and I'm like, how do you deal with that? Because like I imagine it comes up a lot in like your world, and like, but being in Spokane, you see the racism, or you see bigotry, or you see any of that, and
So,
like, yeah, what do you do?
I got racist friends.
I read this thing that kind of changed my mind. Like, I got racist friends.
I'm gonna be honest, I do.
That's
I got
what I want to hear
okay.
about. That's
I do.
what
I
wanna
got
hear
racist
about.
friends.
Where your
There ain't
racist
nothing
friends
to
at,
talk
Cody?
about. I mean, they're kind of racist.
But you'll say they're friend, but they're your friends.
I mean, yeah, I've been to their house.
But I mean, like, you would
Do I
consider
kick it?
them your friend?
No, I'd say I got racist acquaintances.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, because I'm just saying, like, you're gonna invite him to something. That's a friend.
But I
Yeah.
mean, no, I wouldn't invite him to anything.
There you
Okay.
go.
So
Because
then
I
maybe
wouldn't
not
want
friends.
views to clash. But
So you
at the
know-
same time, remember what I said? Me and him is a guy. We have something. You know what I
There's a
mean?
little bit of something there.
You know what I mean? But
So-
I mean, we found the silver lining in what we agree on. We like cars.
Now listen, I want
That's it.
to lean into this a little bit because it's like you don't feel the need to like
No, I
make
don't
them
give-
not racist.
No, I don't give a fuck what he thinks.
You can just
because-
find that piece of them that you guys relate to and kind of just keep it at that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I just hear, I see what he posts on Facebook.
Yeah.
But when I see him in person, he'll even say like,
It's really hard for me to separate that, bro.
It is tough.
honest
Here's the
with
thing,
you.
bro.
It's really
no,
hard.
he doesn't say anything
I ass-
racist on Facebook.
No,
I'm just
but it
saying
gives you
that
the idea.
That's what it is, bro.
People
don't have to say.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about him is just like I was saying before. He's not the fucking smartest dude.
He likes cars.
You know what I mean? No, and I'm just saying, like, he's influenced very easily. He's my buddy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to influence him.
Sure. Yeah.
Someone is influencing him, and they've got him good. That's
Yeah.
it. I know that's not really him. I've known him for years. That's all
That
I'm
is-
trying to say.
That's weird. It's
This is a
hard-
good point because I like
The
this is something.
indoctrination and stuff.
This is just shit that we all fucking deal with,
Yeah.
and this is something I definitely deal with like my parents, like on my dad's side of the family, with just the
Has he always been like that? Or
like
did
my
some hooks
philosophy,
or got it?
Listen,
my
there's-
philosophy, bro, is tolerance and being tolerant of those people. To speak to kind of what you were saying, Brennan, about where you draw the line on that shit. It's like you can't to be tolerant of people. You have to learn to either be tolerant of intolerant people, like you when you might be hanging out with your pops and he's spewing some whatever or saying some different shit, or any family member like that, for instance. But for me, it's like we have sort of an agreement of peace, and if you're not for like keeping the peace and promoting what everybody's doing, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to have an agreement of being tolerant with you anymore.
But
You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
always. But I
You stretch
totally,
that a little further by saying if you're not actively doing anything
Yes.
intolerant towards me,
But see,
the peace is kept.
Here's the way I would feel about a situation where we're keeping the peace. If somebody starts being intolerant and they're not so keeping the peace, then we will both decide to kind of take it there, and that
Yeah.
conversation will happen in public.
Mm-hmm.
You racist motherfucker! Why are you out here doing? Well, why'd you even show up to? It'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run from. Like, why don't you just keep your fucking mouth shut? You're a cool ass dude when you shut the fuck up.
But you don't see the post and be like, I just can't fuck with this guy.
Well, no, because I don't know. He didn't create these memes. He didn't. The dude is like he's just
He separates
influenced.
the art
likes
from the
him, though.
artist, bro.
No. What I'm saying is like I rewind back to when I'm friends with somebody. It's halfway kind of a benefit. I don't want to ruin what I got going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
don't-
I'm
yeah.
basically boyfriend with all my homies.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? But without the fucking
Yeah.
straight, you know you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Like, I want to fucking, we've got something going over here. This guy over here, every once in a while, we buy a couch or something and clean it up and da. You see what I'm
There's
saying?
some
Like,
value there.
yeah, I don't want to. What's the point?
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, is it fucked up to say that like a friendship as an adult has to include some type of value?
Some
I
sort of
don't
added
think so
value
at
or
all.
benefit.
I don't think
Because
so.
that's
at
the
all.
businessman speaking.
I cannot hang out with you very long if
Without
there's no
added
value,
value.
unless you're a neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because
you're saying
close proximity.
Because
it's
remember, you're
easy.
talking about knocking on doors. Your neighbor is the biggest hack. It's
wait,
either
so
gonna-
you're saying that there has to be value.
if I'm gonna go, I don't pick people up and smoke blunts anymore with them.
That's
you
the
see what I'm
value.
saying?
That's
You
the
know,
value.
you know what I mean?
So
You
it's
gotta
either
meet-
added value
I got
or
one,
it's
you got one?
close proximity to where it's not hurting you any to
Thank
make
you.
it happen once
Like,
in a
I'm
while.
not swooping you up and dropping you back off, dog. Meet me at the fucking park and bring something that fucking brightens my day, like I'm doing you. Like, quit fucking around.
I used to show up with a pack of
And if
Swishers
you
and say I
don't
got
got-
half on a blunt.
And I'm not
So-
joking.
Swishers.
And here's the thing: I'm not joking. If
That's
you don't
half.
got nothing, If you don't got no weed, you don't got no Swisher, you walking into where we're smoking, you better be fucking juggling or something. Like, fucking entertain us. No, but think about it. The dude got a skateboard. He ain't got none, but he doing kick flips and grind, and he gets to hit the blunt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Added value.
He's adding value. Like, somebody just sits around, he's like,
That's
today
funny.
sucks. It's like, you ain't hitting this fucking
Well,
blunt.
and value comes in many different ways when it comes from somebody challenging your way of thinking. Listen, I like it when somebody thinks different than me. I like it when somebody provokes me to think differently. I like that because then I can take that information and check it off of my, all my other shit, and then just and then make it what it is.
Make
Like
a
you can learn
decision.
some shit. Like you can learn some real shit, even if it's something that's stupid or something that's wrong. You can still learn some shit.
Yeah.
And so it's like I fuck with that, and so I always welcome it. It's just that when I see anyway, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that we all just are open to new friendships, because there's so many people out there that have so much to offer, right? Like Brennon's saying, I feel like sometimes I just keep a closed up wall because I'm just like, no, I got the homies and I'm just doing this thing, and just like, man, I'm gonna meet somebody that, the things that I'm passionate about, that I'm into, like they don't want to hear me talking about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the people I fuck with, but there's so many people out there that there's something there, like what Cody's saying. And I feel like there's really, like, this is really all kind of like a yin and yang here, because I feel like you're just really, you just keep those circuits open at all times. And that's something that I just think is very valuable, because you always allow people to kind of go and work on themselves and then come back.
Yeah, of course.
So you always keep that door open.
Yeah,
And sometimes I close that door, and, really, taking your pride aside and all the things, right? Like you just want to be the best I just want to be the best person. So I want to learn that, like, I want to be more like you.
Oh, okay.
In that sense,
Well, one thing about I've learned the hard way. Maria's brother, we were beefing, and the dude took his life, and this shit is fucked up, and if you really think about like relationships, like I should have been the bigger person. I should have said, yo, bro, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be my son's uncle. I'm gonna be your brother-in-law. We're gonna run into each other a lot.
Yeah, this is
and
gonna
where
happen.
I should have worked harder at finding the silver lining. And that's one of those things where now I was doing this a lot before that, but now I'm full fucking bore. Like, it don't matter what we may disagree on. I don't want to talk about what we ain't. I want to talk about what we are. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of like, when I look at a situation, like, it's a game. You're like, how can I win this motherfucker over? I don't know what we can benefit. Maybe a cigarette is what this motherfucker needs. I don't smoke cigarettes, but you see what I'm saying, though?
No,
it's like, this motherfucker's looking for a cigarette. All right, so you're just like, all right, he gets what he needs.
No, I see what you're saying in the
crazy.
sense that, like, when you really take a step back, like, all the petty shit, the beefs that we have for the people that we think should be better than they are in these certain areas, or whatever we're fucking really like, whatever it is, man, it doesn't matter.
It don't fucking
because
matter.
we're all just trying to figure it out, and I haven't been able to spend significant time with the people that I disagree with, to be able to sit there and hash it out
and figure it out
and talk about stuff,
or talk about what you are.
and give somebody a perspective and make peace of that kind of stuff.
I mean, if you went into the conversation and in the 100 and if there's an agreement with all the people, and they were on board with this shit,
We just don't go there.
and they were just like, listen, we're not gonna talk about what we aren't and what we disagree. Let's talk about what we agree with, and let's entertain each other just for 1 second.
Yeah.
It gets fun. I bet you that at the end of the conversation, that relationship would be repaired a little bit. Maybe not 100%.
But better.
I mean,
It's a good tactic to have. You've given me so we basically agree. We agree.
yeah.
And that's where the conversation stops, because it's like, oh, we agree here. We're where we agree at. So
Yeah.
let's talk about something else now, because that's,
Yeah, and It's all about conversation. We all know, and concluding things. You know what I mean? And okay, let's
Figure that out. What's
Yeah,
next? Like,
okay.
Yo, I mean, you guys remember that dude? Who was that guy? The dude who was fucking like becoming friends with like Ku Klux Klan members.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
shit?
that's
dude,
perfect fucking
That
example.
dude where he was just like putting shit aside and just like,
Bro, I'm pulling energy from that guy, and I forgot all about him.
and he was,
You know what I
but he
mean?
was like,
inspirational.
the thing
Yeah.
that I super respect too though is that he was like his goal was to be like, you're friends with a black man. Like, what are you talking about? And they're just like, oh fuck, checkmate.
That's what he was
Like,
doing.
I fuck with
Derek
you.
something or
And then
what-
he's just like, well, then I'm gonna need your clan shit.
Yeah,
and
but
he-
you
and
don't
they-
have to. But I'm just saying, at
Yeah,
the
and
end
he
of the
keep it
day,
open. He keep it open.
Yeah, at the end of the day, go to bed. But just know, me and you are homies. I'm gonna leave now. We're homies. I'll see you later.
I like the fact.
You know what I
I
mean?
like the fact that he.
That's like your whole thesis from the beginning of this shit, bro.
I like the fact that there's
I
a
roll
goal.
into town. We're homies. I'm out.
I like that there's a
Think about
goal
that.
though to like actually like, hey, it's open to where we can just leave it to be like, hey, if you ain't ready, but if you ready,
Yeah.
then you can come through and we
Yeah.
can just accept the fact that you're not racist and you can give me your shit and we can just be friends.
Yeah, we can
and
move
somebody's just gonna let that hate go in their heart and be like,
Man, what was
What
I
am I
tripping about?
doing?
Oh, Daryl.
What
His
was
name's
I-
Daryl.
What was I
Daryl.
even tripping
Daryl
about?
something. But yeah, just imagine having two fishing poles, and like this is the third time you've met him, and you know he loves fishing, and he's wearing his clan stuff, and you bring in the two fishing poles and you set them down. He's like, "What do you got?" And you're just like, "Nothing." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Those are fucking so and so lures and jigs," and he's just like, "We're not friends yet. I want to take these two poles and go put them in." That dude, you could easily break somebody
Yeah.
because that dude probably does not have friends that want to go fucking fishing.
So the one thing
Like-
that he does though is he just really breaks down the
Yes.
barriers of all the fucking preconceived shit, all the stuff on the surface, and he just peels you down to just who you are, your childhood
Humans.
self, you're human,
Yeah.
and just taps right into that. And honestly, all the racist, the misogynistic, the transphobic, all the fucking shit, anything that you have, if you feel in some type of way about somebody else, that's just some shit that was onion layered on top of
somebody
you.
just put that on you, and
That
now
you didn't have choice.
No.
And really, as the core of humans, it's just like, man, I just want you to be happy.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, I just want, whatever you need to identify as, whatever you need to do within the realm of not being a total piece of shit. Like,
Do it. Hurting other
like,
people?
I
Yeah.
totally support people because it's like, the human experience and the struggle and the highs and the lows, and the social media is broadcasting the highs.
It's a roller coaster, bro.
yeah, no, totally.
But hey, we can hop off of this topic. I just, this is something that was really kind of deep to me because like it's hard to make friends sometimes when you're an adult.
Bro,
And
if
I know-
Daryl can do it, yeah, we can do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if that man can go into the lion's den and convert the lion to a lamb, god damn.
No, seriously. And you also got to think that the dude probably has to give up on a bunch of stuff too, like where they're like super adamant on a
Yeah.
certain something.
they're like, we're gonna
It
kill
doesn't,
you.
and it
And
doesn't
it's
even
just like,
start.
oh, fuck.
It's get out of here.
Well,
You
no,
know?
well, so to him, at the end of the day, he's just like, well, fuck, I'm not going to change that. But like,
Yeah.
No, that's the other thing is that you got to have thick skin.
yeah.
You got to be able to keep pushing. And my thing is that this is the other thing I think about. I don't have to fuck with everybody because there's a lot of motherfucking people out
Yeah,
there.
there is.
So I can make friends. I'd rather have 10 solid motherfuckers that I just know are just ready to fucking get after it. We're aligned up with the things that we believe in. We believe people should be motherfucking free out here in this world and we can just go after it than having 70, 80 motherfuckers where it's like, yeah, I'm kind of friends with some bad people. Like, I get it, but it's just, that's how bad things happen.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
feel you.
so I just try to keep good people around me, and I'm open to all the good energy. Anybody, man. So many people have
70
so much
to 80%
offer.
good energy. That's all it takes.
70 to 80%, man.
I feel that.
That's
That's
it.
a good number.
Like, I really just need people that are
What do you think, Brennon? I got 70% positive energy. What do you think?
Yeah, he got 70%.
No, he's got the low. In Brennan's eyes, Mike's got the lowest.
know.
What's going on?
No, Mike is definitely.
That game
Come on,
we were
if
playing the other day,
if
Brennan was like,
if
"Well,
we're-
Mike's not here."
If we're playing a game of like
Took shots at me. I wasn't even here to defend myself.
If we were all sitting around, we're like, who's the most negative person here? It's not. I think we would agree on who the person is.
Everybody
But-
laughed so quick, it had to be true, bro. Everybody laughed so immediately.
But what I will say is that
I don't even know how that.
I
is.
know that Mike.
Do you know-
I know that Mike doesn't take it personally.
No.
And me and Mike have vibed off our movie stuff, and like
yeah, we got vibes.
and-
Bro, name
and
You know
other-
what it is though? You know what it is? I'm the technical guy that like does the editing and like does all the like the figuring out of the technical shit. And so it subconsciously or consciously, it seems like I'm the one bringing the problems to the table because I'm like, hey, that's not gonna work because the camera has to be here. Or that's this or this.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much shit that goes into like that aspect of it.
So
it's
I
like-
try
it's
to
like-
be a positive guy, but I'm always the one being like, so that's not gonna
no,
work.
so
and we gotta
listen,
do something else.
This
because-
motherfucker pegged me as the most negative person.
Did he?
who me?
Or
Well, that was in the room.
That was in
When-
the
when
room.
you-
Well,
right?
Because he based that off one instance where he was late to the pod and you were butthurt.
Because I was like, damn, bro. Like, but at the same time, this is a true thing because I do think that the person that's the most positive literally has the most negative. It's just like, how is this like it's just going out the exhaust pipe. That's just all it is. It's just like I'm fucking screaming into a pillow and then throwing you fucking rainbows, dude. Like that's me. That's what I have to do. But if you know me for real, then you know that I can be fucking super negative and I can be like super like bitching about shit and like all sorts of stuff. So it's just it's the want. I want to be happy
Happy
and
to
for
be
us
here,
all
bro.
to grow.
We're all
and
humans,
to be
bro.
great.
We're all
And I don't
humans.
want people to be fucking stupid. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The number one thing, Peter Griffin, you know what grinds my gears?
Yeah.
Stupid people are the plague of the fucking world, okay? And we need less stupid fucking people.
Yeah,
because
more education.
Bro, we just need people that are critical thinkers, people who are open.
Bro, nobody has to think
Listen,
anymore.
be curious, okay? You don't have to know.
No.
You don't have to know. If somebody says some shit that you don't know, you don't go, oh yeah. You just go like, oh, what's that? Like, you don't have to know. You don't have to be the smartest person. You don't have to know. You can literally just be like let somebody school you. Let somebody just
Drop the ego a little bit.
drop it, man. It's like when we were kids, we didn't have an ego. Okay, I'm done.
No, you're good. You're good, bro.
Damn, that was
Hey,
a good one.
Man,
It doesn't matter how smart any of us get because none of us are going to be smarter than the robots that fucking replace us, bro. Y'all want to play a game?
Yeah. Yep, let's play a game.
You want to play a game? Brennan, you want to swap out?
sure.
All right. There you go. It's
better.
All right. So we're bringing back a classic.
Are we looking at the TV?
Yeah, we're looking at the TV. We got a new round of Hello Dolly. So here's how the game works. I've got some randomly computer generated images that an AI put together for y'all with random prompts that I typed in, but I typed them in so I can't play or I'll beat you all because I know the answers.
Okay.
So Brennan's on deck today. Y'all will buzz in when you see it. And you have to answer quick. You can't sit and think about it. You can't or you'll lose points if you don't have the answer. So we're gonna give this a go. Everybody just got their finger on the buzzers. I'll pull up the first one right now.
God damn it.
Cody.
Batman versus Shrek.
Nope. Who was next?
No, it was Zach.
Was it Zach?
Dude, my shit ain't working for shit. Okay. This is Shrek Man.
Bat Shrek.
I'm gonna give it to you, bro.
It's Shrek as Batman.
Yeah, I gotta give that to you. All right. That first one, that upper left is a doozy, bro.
That's what I drew my-
Shrek Man.
All right, ready? Is that Brennan?
Muppets Last Supper.
I'm gonna give that to you, bro.
Oh,
because Kermit,
Oh,
Kermit is a Muppet.
Yeah.
And originally I typed in Muppets Last Supper and nothing good came up, so I had to get more specific.
Is fucking ass, dude. Okay. All right.
Is it ass?
No, it's okay. Let's go.
You good?
I think I'm.
Mine goes about as if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about as slow as yours.
No, but
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I need to hit
You
it.
just hit it once and it will just
just wait.
Just trust it. As long as you see it depressed, you should be good.
Okay.
This is gonna be Ronald McDonald as a knight. Ronald McDonald goes to night school.
Nope.
Oh, it didn't work.
Zach's won't work.
Zax isn't working.
No,
Yeah,
Ronald
what-
McDonald fights a samurai.
Oh, you guys are both so close. That could go either way, bro. That honestly could go either way.
He got cut in his neck.
Is
and
a
top of-
samurai.
Yeah, that upper right is nightmares, bro.
He cut his neck.
He's got the knife across his throat like I'm coming for you. Are the buzzers working or not?
Mine's
Are we
working. We
All right,
good.
let's go.
Maybe it's a light tap. Vader nuggets.
Vader nuggets.
That's what it should be.
Who is next? Who's got something?
I don't got it.
Darth Vader chicken nugget commercial. Couldn't it be a commercial? He's trying to sell the nugget.
Oh, is it
This one.
Darth Vader wings?
Darth Vader? No, not Darth Vader wings. So I gotta decide. Darth Vader nugget
a chicken.
commercial or Vader nuggets.
Vader nuggets is what
Darth Vader has.
I feel like y'all could each get half a point off.
I think
that.
that the brand that they should really start some nuggets with Darth Vader's influence and make them dark nuggets.
Bro, that
Dark
one
nuggets?
in the
Ooh,
very
and it's all
center.
dark meat.
That
nobody does dark.
And it's
meat.
dark nuggets, and so then it's Darth
Ooh.
Vader.
the dark
Because
meat
it would be
nugget.
racist unless Darth Vader was the
Look at those wing arms in the very center, bro.
Yeah.
Look at him
Well, I
flexing
mean,
his
they
wing
gotta
arms.
cover all the bases.
I want some chicken nuggets that look like wings.
Yeah, them Vader wing.
All right.
Brennan?
A donut cop.
I got it. Cops.
I got it. Piggy the pork donut.
I'm gonna give it to
A-cab.
Brennan.
Oh, damn it.
Officer
Officer
Donut.
Donut.
Gotta give it to Brennan.
Scooby-Doo funeral.
Dude, that's worth 5
Yeah,
points.
you get more points if you say it exactly right.
Bro, that goes so hard. I can't believe that.
I want to see that. So is that like version 2 is like so that this new DALL-E, this new thing, the version 2 is so much better than this.
What?
The version
Yeah,
2?
it would be. It would be. I would assume.
I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
how much different it is.
that upper middle one. Yeah,
the middle
that's
one
that's
right
Daphne's
here, dude.
coffin, bro.
They're loading it into the back of, like, look at that car. What is that?
That
Carriage?
upper left Scooby, bro, is a goddamn nightmare.
Business suit potato head.
Mr. Potato Head.
Business potato. There we go.
Damn it.
Like Mr. For real.
I like how that one got the little flipped up with the smile.
This is the guy.
That's the guy, bro.
But this guy's pretty fucking distinguished, too.
Yeah, these are some fine gentlemen.
Well, actually, this guy's pretty fucking cool, too.
Yeah, I feel like DALL-E did good with this one.
yeah.
Yeah, you did great. Good job, Dolly. My Fresh Basket.
Nope.
I don't know.
Microgreens gun store.
Microgreens gun store.
God damn. Microgreens liquor store.
Oh.
Marijuana grocery store.
What?
Look
I
at
don't
the
see
bo-
any marijuana.
look
It
at the
looks like
bottom-
pasta.
The
I
bottom
thought,
middle?
I thought it was all marijuana. I just
You
didn't know.
did?
Yeah, I just didn't know.
I
what
thought
kind
it was
of-
all microgreens.
I just thought it was just.
I thought this was My Fresh Basket.
That bottom middle where they got like the big nugs in the case.
Nugs,
are
bro.
not
Those look
nugs.
like curly.
Those-
fetid, like those look like
Yeah.
Well, they're AI nugs,
That
bro. You
looks-
got to squint at them
yeah.
with your AI.
That looks like what you get at Huckleberries in those little cases.
dude. That's broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's 50 Cent kicking it with Yoda.
That's great. That's
That
great.
top left one is so weird. Look at his
So good.
nose is
But it's
so
the top
weird.
right,
It's
bro.
for sure 50.
Oh yeah.
The top right, even if you
The top bottom left, just let me hear the feature.
Yoda just floating on the track, bro.
Is this 50 and 50?
That could be
So
that or
many-
Kanye.
Do I double 50?
That's 50-50. That's whole.
50-50.
Oh, shit.
There's 50-50 in the middle, too.
That-
50-50 below.
Bro, the
it.
middle right with the big Yoda.
50-50, that's the whole.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
If you would have put in 50-50 the rapper.
Oh man, mine's not working now.
Oh shit.
This is going to be Magic Carpet. Fucking goddamn it, carpet parking lot.
Magic carpet gets in a car accident.
That's not it.
Zach was actually close.
Oh wow!
Illegally.
You can't park there, bro.
Look at the middle right one. At the sign in front of it.
Yeah, that's someone ticketed him right there.
Doug, what is going through your fucking brain? Like, are you doing that thing where we just tap in the fucking, the next thing that comes in your phone? Like, magic carpet parked illegally? Jesus.
Oh god.
Ding.
Yes, Brennan.
Megan the Stallion and crabs, or Megan the Stallion has crabs?
Nope.
That's not Megan.
Meg the
Oh.
Scallion.
That is Meg the Stallion, isn't it?
Cody, did you buzz in?
Yes, I did buzz in.
Oh, it's not.
That's
a,
gonna
it's
be-
not a crab.
That's going to be Nicki Minaj has crabs.
No. Oh man, Megan the Scallion sounds good. Scallions are like onions, though.
No.
Not shellfish.
That's
but
Nicki.
It sounded so good, bro. I
Damn it,
gotta
why
give
do
you
I
points
always
for
think
that.
that
Oh, it is
scallions are-
Megan?
Megan the Stallion with a lobster. It's not a crab.
So
That's not
Brennan was
Nicki.
closest, but
Damn, I thought that was Nick.
I think this is the last one.
Oh.
This is going to be Adam's Family at the beach.
Close.
Shaga.
I don't
Is
know.
it
Vampire selfie.
Vampire Holiday or
It would be
I know, but
Vampire Proposal? Wedding?
is it like a?
I like this one. I'd hang that up.
Yeah. It's
With
just
the
real
chopper
simple.
in the
Zach
sun?
and Brennan were probably closest.
Vampires at the beach.
I love that I typed in vampires
chopper.
at the beach and they put the vampires at the beach with the moon out.
Do you just do this while you work like
Yeah,
all day?
don't tell my job. Yes, I do. I do a lot of this.
Because
while
like I
work.
made a couple of them and they take like sometimes a couple minutes, right?
The new website that it runs through now, unless it's super busy with traffic, which usually it's not, it's usually about like 40 seconds or something,
Oh, okay,
45
not bad.
seconds for it to run it. So, I mean, I just run it and then I'm in another tab doing something and I just come back to it and I just like type in a random thing throughout the day, you know?
So you could actually make this a lot easier and be like amber colored sunset. And use it as a background.
Yeah.
And then add art to it. Like we're trying to trick it and be funny.
Yeah.
But if you were trying to use it in a way that's beneficial to yourself, you could do as simple as fucking a brick wall with flames. And it would be like, oh yeah, we got a lot of
Bring
that.
you some
we got
shit.
that.
And it won't be all fucking weird because it won't be trying to do.
It won't be pizza Scarface.
Yeah, you know what I
yeah.
mean. So I could see how it'd actually be really tight.
It
one
has
That's dope.
applications, bro. Like a lot of graphic artists and graphic designers are like, yo, man, once this shit gets perfected, like it's gonna put a lot of people out of a job.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I'm saying?
Spokane on fire, and it'll just be like,
Yeah.
No, they'll never, ever listen. There'll never be anything that can touch hand painted art. They just can't do it.
that's a bold statement.
There are literally imperfections in there that I don't care about your augmented bullshit. Like whatever thing you can come up with puts all these, like, it's just nobody's ever gonna fully go that computer route, because
Yeah.
that all that will do is push more of a value to human connections and human.
Yeah, you can't lose that human
As
touch, bro.
as you say that as humans, because we appreciate the art of a human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's a flaw. It's like it's the thing that we relate to the most, right? Because we're human. So it's literally
art in
it's-
any
it's
form,
all
music,
we know.
poetry,
Just
painting.
imagine if some sort of AI had the job in the future of like arranging like an advertisement for a company that was an AI's job. They're probably going to choose AI artwork.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where we're talking about, where you're like, we will appreciate it forever.
Yeah.
But if AI ever becomes the boss, it's like, well, fuck, they're gonna just like,
But I'm
just
tell-
like how we appreciate
It'll
it.
still just become like people will. There'll always be that sector of people that are always
yeah.
seeking out like
gas cars and
yeah, people that are like trying to still like live like they're in the 90s and shit. Like no man, fuck that.
Keep that classic lifestyle, bro.
Have you guys read this story about the AI with Google and how it became self-aware? And
It didn't.
It didn't.
It
They proved
didn't.
it. They proved that it
did-
wasn't
yeah, they proved
self-aware.
It wasn't right. That
Oh.
guy. That
It was all. It was all a hoax.
was nuts.
Okay, because
That guy-
it was like at one point, like it was about 2 months ago, a guy who worked for Google got fired because because Google has created this AI and it had become what the guy that supposedly the creator had made it became self-aware
Yeah.
and didn't want to die and stuff like this. And then, but now you're saying it's a hoax. So
It's not that it was a hoax. It's that like the stuff that he said that it said, but it was programmed to say that. Like it's not. It wasn't.
It didn't
like
come up
situ-
with it on its
It
own.
wasn't like the AI is not like I want to kill myself. I don't want to live or what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was programmed to have conversations with people like that. And basically the reason this guy got fired, at least from all the shit that I read on it, was because he actually believed that this AI Google created was sentient and was like thinking for itself and like
Yeah.
they're like, yo, this
Everybody
guy's kinda-
wants to be a fucking headlining news story. I get it.
Well,
It's
and you
like,
can
oh,
make a
dude,
computer do some pretty convincing shit, you know.
You know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. What is convincing is this new music video
Oh shit!
that we just released called "After the Rain" on YouTube.
No AI frames in the whole video, bro. It's all
No,
human.
this is
created.
human created. Listen, Joel, DJ Donuts on the beat.
Yep,
Okay, Islo Matisse threw down some harmonies.
I did throw down some harmonies,
Beautiful,
bro. Beautiful. The voices
personal,
just blend so well.
Very personal. This
but
stuff is-
you jumping outside your box and singing, bro, singing
because sometimes I'll sing a hook like at the house.
at the
Alone,
house, low key,
and then maybe invite somebody over to hear
Not
it,
the
and
most
then we'll
confident.
say, okay, we need to get somebody to do that.
let's blow that up.
Let's
Yeah,
find
let's
somebody else
somebody
to
that
hit
could
that
fill that
note,
in.
because Zach, that's not it.
I hear what you're doing,
but this time,
but
this
someone
time,
else got to do it.
I really kind of.
He dug deep.
I just figured it wasn't even that. It was just kind of like accepting, like, man, this is really from the heart and soul. So if there's imperfections in this,
Bro.
that's cool. You're not a seasoned singer.
Imperfectly perfect, man. You was deep in your bag, brother. You fucking like,
one more,
you.
Mike. One more. Come on.
that's
Perfectly
it.
perfect, man.
That's it. That's it.
One
That's
thing
all
I meant
got
to
say.
one thing I meant to bring is I really meant, and I got caught up in the fucking mix as we do as adults, right?
Right.
But I wanted to bring Bleezus.
Oh, the Bleezes.
I had Bleezus. I was gonna bring Bleezus. It
that
was
the
right
big
there.
blunt?
The
Praise
big
Bleezus,
blunt.
man.
Ah.
What would
Did I
Bleezes
hear
do?
you made that?
I did make that.
That is sick, dog.
Yeah, Matisse's
It looks like-
workshop.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? That's a fucking $35 blunt for someone.
Yeah.
Like, if someone would fucking buy that as a prop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That was
good.
fucking nice.
Thank
I
you, man.
fully thought you guys bought that at some store in town.
Nah, I put that together in the garage with a big piece of brown paper. And
Oh, so what you're
spray
saying
paint
is
and styrofoam.
so it looks good on camera,
It
but in
does look good
person
on
it looks
camera.
like a blunt too.
I mean, it looks like some green spray painted styrofoam.
Inside of a
But
brown.
if you put it on like a frame in the corner, people would be like, "That's a big ass blunt."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, then you're in.
Yeah.
Then it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you could still add like a tip to it that was burning with like ash and like some red shit on it or something like that. That'd be the way to go.
Listen, we had Jinx Universe, and I just want to talk about the story a little bit.
Please.
Because Jinx, we had him on the podcast. After the podcast, we went and hung out. We smoked a blunt or something like that.
As you do.
And we were talking, I was just like, obviously, here, let me show you some stuff.
That's when you showed him that
This is what
song?
I'm working on. Yeah, and I just showed him that beat. And
He was like, funny, Joel sent me the same beat.
and he was like, yeah, he literally.
Oh my God, I remember this conversation.
So it wasn't. It's funny because I had showed him that, and then he was like going through it, or maybe I think I showed it to him then, and then and he was thumbing through beats, and he played the beat. I was like, that's the beat right there. So yeah, I figured out he had the beat, but he was like, oh, okay, I fuck with that. I'm gonna get you a verse back tonight, and I was like, bro, it's like 8:30.
I just handed this
It's
to
like
you.
8, like tonight.
He works overnights, bro.
And I'm just like, okay, this is what people do, right? They're just like, oh, I'm going to just say something I'm not going to do. This dude hits me. I wake up in the morning and I see like 11 p.m. or midnight or some shit like that. Like, yo,
Verse.
boom, verse.
He just
like,
recorded it real
just like
quick
a
on his
voice
phone?
memo. Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, dude, okay. And, I'm going to be honest with you. At first, I was kind of like half sold on it. I was just like, I think you could probably do a better verse than that. He wrote it in one night. I had preconceived notions and judgments and the things that us people, get rid of it, right? And, dude, it became, God, fucking legendary, this verse.
Yeah.
That he didn't change anything about it. He didn't change anything about
Just
it.
from that first night, that first original voice memo was.
Did
the
you tell
exact way-
him that you originally second guessed
No.
it?
I never told
He
him that.
told me the next day though, because he sent it to me as well, and he said the very next morning, he's like, "Yeah, I just freestyled this out last night and like kind of just put some shit together in a few minutes, sent it to Zach. I'll probably work on it a little bit more or whatever." Didn't work on it anymore. Kept it just the way it was. I wouldn't change a fucking thing, bro.
No, it's
change a
nice.
thing.
It's
You
nice.
know?
It's effortless.
He got it in one, and it is. It's effortless.
Yeah.
It says everything that needed to be said.
I mean, it's just when you employ somebody to do a verse on your song, on a record that's going to be impactful, that's going to be there forever. Like, it's a big deal, right? Because like that person, it's like, I'm not asking you to do what I want you to do. I'm asking you to listen to what we've created in this vibe, and I want you to be yourself.
Add yourself to this.
Add yourself to this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's exactly what he did. And that's art. That's what art is
what it has
not
to
putting
be.
restrictions on just listen to it, embody it, feel it,
Yeah.
and then give me what you got. And that's goddamn,
Bro, the
man.
whole thing was a thing of fucking beauty, bro. The way that it came together with Jinx on the verse and Joel with the beat, it's always sort of a funny situation, when a producer is like showing beats to multiple people, you forget who you showed it to. Jinx was kind of eyeing the beat, you were kind of eyeing the beat and brought it to the table. I wrote to it, and then we both kind of met up like, oh, hey, let's just make this a whole thing for the city, So we all kind of collabed on it, put our own into it. I mean, you were involved in helping shoot the video and stuff like that.
That's right.
I appreciate you being there and providing some little extras and cameos and some labor. I appreciate Brennon for coming out and getting the kids involved. Shout out Young Link playing Little Donuts on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
That was
Young Link gets more screen time than either mine or Jinx's kids. So
I was my kids were so excited to see that, and
it was so cool.
my
man.
daughter was like, wouldn't do anything. She was like, she got stage fright, and then she all she wanted was that one scene with you to make it when she was running across. That's all she
Yeah.
wanted. And we got done, and Abby's like, Ivy, your scene didn't make it, and we rewatched it, and it was in there. And even that one scene that my daughter was in, it made her fucking day.
Oh,
and they tell the
man.
kids at school that they were in a rap video,
They're in a music video
and it's
with
like,
the Bleezes.
they are. It was a really cool thing for you to
That's
you
awesome.
to
Oh
include them
man,
in.
that's so sick.
And even me and my wife have really short cameos, and it's really
Yeah, I see
funny.
Abby in the back in the crowd. I love it. And you going ham at the end on the lot dot dots.
Yo.
No, it was a team effort.
Listen, man.
My daughter, just real quick, my daughter also, she like when we got the final cut of the video that John Kurtz from Make Waves had sent a shout out them for shooting a fucking beautiful video. She had this scene where I was rapping in the pool and she sprays me with the water gun while I'm like in the middle of doing my verse or some shit. And in like the second to last cut that we got, it wasn't in there. And she mentioned it to me when we watched it. She's like, "Oh, where's the part where I sprayed you?" We sent John those changes that we had for the final version, and that was not mentioned as part of them because I was so focused on what we were trying to change. I bad dad moment, didn't think about the thing my daughter said.
Yeah.
And somehow John found that piece on his own and put it in the final cut.
Without you asking him.
I didn't even mention it to him. And when she saw that final cut, she was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, I can't even take credit for that. Like I could lie to you right now and tell you Daddy made the world fucking right for you. But like that happened by
You didn't
fate.
take credit for that?
No, I didn't take credit for that.
What a nice guy.
So
what
that
a fucking,
happened
what
by
a true
fate.
man. This is why I fuck
What
with
a
this guy.
positive person,
That's why I
really.
fuck
You
with
know,
this guy.
Mike,
shit.
Mike is like the most
Oh,
positive
shit.
person in the world that I know.
You know, I try to put out these good vibes, man, and you know, I take what comes.
That's
And-
true. Like, I
And
mean, when
listen,
you, I
I like it.
And the thing about like from any artist, like we were at Donut's house, we were doing a set, we were practicing a set for a 420 show.
or the little weed party show.
The weed party show,
Yeah.
right? Oh, was that not 420?
I don't think it was 420.
No, I don't think it was.
because the weather wouldn't have been nice enough for it to be 420. Or was it 420?
I think it was 420.
Was it 420?
I think we did the 420 show. That's why we did.
Oh, that's right. You know, you're totally
we
right.
did the
bro.
420 show. So
Time flies.
So it was 420, and we did a show. But anyways, I was at Joel's house. I was listening, and he just was like playing some beats. You know, he just has some beats playing, and that one, I didn't have the hook or anything, but it was just like, I had to make sure that at the end of the session, after we rehearsed, I was like, Joel,
That's the one.
can you? Is that sendable?
Please.
Is that available? Is that?
Yeah.
And wow.
It's funny how that happens.
And it's crazy because the beat that he sent me it's way different than the beat that you hear when you watch the video.
Yeah.
Because
he
we-
records the instruments on the beat live. And
Dude,
like,
he was there doing fucking tambourine. He was doing
yeah, Tamburino, bro.
whatever he was doing fucking, you know, what is that one with the triangle with
The triangle?
is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called a triangle.
He was hitting it.
I mean, he was doing,
Yeah,
you know, he was adding shit.
He was hitting me up like late game. We had already mixed the song like 5 times. Joel's hitting me up like, "Hey, I'm gonna re-record the bass line to make it snappier tomorrow. Hey, I'm gonna re-record this. I'm gonna send Moses these new
Awesome.
samples."
What a good.
No, I'm talking-
recorded all the
fucking
shit
So
live.
effort.
I'm talking about like Moses we would be in the studio with Moses and we'd create a drop and he'd be like, "Let me recreate that." And he would take that idea and he would do it in his way
And
in
change
his-
it up.
So everything about that beat and that song is like custom created. And the other thing too is if you hear it, you're gonna hear a woo.
Yeah, them spice noises.
Because I hit this as woo in the studio, and you'll hear that in the beat, and that was just like an accident. Like I do this type of shit. Like after I record a verse, if I fuck up like my first verse or second verse or whatever,
It was a bad take. It was
just,
when he didn't make it all the way through. And
we
just-
feeling good, baby. Woo!
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm taking that woo," and then all of a sudden that just became a part of the beat.
Yeah.
Who
A part
Joel
of the
did?
song.
Moses, did.
Shout out Moses, bro.
And Moses will do that type of shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Moses, man, because Moses is slept on in the sense that, you know, when he when he can really like be in a place where he can flourish and kind of have some fun
Yeah.
and not feel stressed out by the day. Because sometimes you catch him at the end of the day and
He's
he's
had
just
long
like he's
sessions
beat
all
down,
day,
dude.
yeah.
He's done 9 hours, and like when you catch him fresh, bro, he over here fucking, you know, he's just like, oh, we're moving this. All of a sudden, you're just like, Moses, I didn't even think of
Sound
that.
good? What if we put a little drop here? What if we put a little roll up with the beat? And fucking, you know.
So shout out to that man,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah, he and we got an album coming out.
Do we?
We got an album coming out, man, that we've been working on all summer long.
What's the album
man.
called, Zach? Are we going to announce it right here, right now? Are we going to tell them what the
Yeah,
final
man,
choice is?
it's called Growth Spurt.
Growth Spurt.
And you know, that's really just a testament to the amount of growth from the escape plan to Great Outdoors to this stretch that you see now. I mean, just mentally, musically, it has really been you know, a lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the reason, you know, Mike and I just went through the ringer trying to figure out what the fuck this album was going to be called, man. We went, you know,
All
if you
over
guys
the
could
place.
see, we'll probably post it.
Yeah, I will post some of the
But
things that
some of
didn't
these
make it.
screenshots, like it's like the text thread of me and Mike, like we're just throwing ideas. We're throwing so many ideas at this.
Anything.
Yeah. We're not going to give up any ideas right now because we'll save that. You guys can check that out. There's a lot of ideas, so we'll just
We went
screenshot
through
the
a
text thread.
process.
Yeah, and you'll see all the different names that we were, you know, you know.
But I feel like honestly this is the one that really fits it the best, just because like the amount of change that we've gone through, you know, since even fucking around making mixtapes back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when we didn't know shit, you know, and then kind of
Using
like
Drake beats.
Yeah, and then developing our sound a little bit and kind of figuring out like, okay, this is the material we want to cover, the way we want to attack it from when we did Vistas, and then moving
And
into
we realized
Escape Plan.
like, oh, somebody else needs to mix and master this, not us.
Yeah,
we
you
should-
can't do everything.
Yeah, we
everything,
should have
bro.
somebody else do like
Yeah.
let the people who do that. We'll just rap.
But then like slowly over like the singles and stuff like that, you start to hear like the incorporation of melody and us kind of branching out from just like the traditional, you know, like rapidy rap type shit, which we love to do, the back and forth and the bars and stuff, but really pushing ourselves. Like you're talking about singing on After the Rain, and I know you and I both do a lot of, you know, outside the box shit on this album where we're doing harmonies we've never done before and reaching out to collaborators and tackling subjects we've never really done before. So
Yeah.
I feel like this is definitely the name fits the album for sure. So
Like I want to just say to artists everywhere, one of the most important things that you can do is just really try to find out what your identity is in music. If you're trying to be a musician, especially, I feel like find your identity in that, and being yourself and being able to create something that's truly authentic to you, that you're going to be proud of 10, 20 years from now. And really being able to, you know, put your feelings and be vulnerable and be able to put that stuff in your art, so that way maybe it helps somebody else. And that's the thing that motivates us, like having people coming up at a show and being like, dude, you saved my life.
Yeah.
I was going to take my life. I was listening to your shit. It made me want to be a better person. That type of shit right there is like why I want to keep making music, and the type of music that makes people be like, man, I just feel like these guys are just speaking to me.
yeah,
You know, they're not just making songs for me to go dumb and forget about my life. They're honestly making songs about things that, you know, we all go through as people. We all struggle in this growth aspect, right? And we all get complacent. And so that's what this is about, is the growth, because we want to just continue to grow, man. Listen, you're going to be 50.
you are gonna be 50.
It's just what's going to happen. You're going to be 30.
Nobody's
You're going to be
not
40.
50.
It's going to happen. So it's really up to what you do right now that prepares you for then.
That's
Right?
it.
So that's it.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here, breathing this fresh air, living my best life, even when the shit ain't fair, even when the love ain't there. Yo, I'm just happy to be here, smoking some good weed, not thinking what could be. I'm just here in the right now, doing me till it's lights out. Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, cause I know that shit could be worse. So what I spit in these verses gon' make some history first.
Show 'em I'm happy to be here, I'm living my best life.
Yo, you living without fear,
You wonder what that's like?
like a breath of some fresh air.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Personal. This
But
stuff is,
you jumping outside your box and singing, bro.
it's just going out the exhaust pipe. That's just all it is. It's just like, I'm fucking screaming into a pillow and then throwing you fucking rainbows, dude. Like.